My name is Chelsea Newley. I'm a farm manager, owner-operator of Horstings Farm Market here in Cache Creek, BC. We are a farm, so we're in the agriculture industry, but we also have a bakery, cafe, restaurant where we sell our own processed goods. We decided that we were going to go with foreign workers because there is not a very large pool of people to hire from where we are. We're a little distance outside of Cache Creek, which doesn't have a very large population, and we found that hiring for entry-level positions was very difficult to do locally, so we outsourced the Foreign Workers Program to help us fill those positions. I think the most positive thing that we've seen here at Horstings Farm bringing on foreign workers is probably the people themselves. I would say production. We'll kind of get into that a little bit. So some of the positive changes that I've seen at the farm here are people wanting to come to work, people coming in with good attitudes. We're providing employment to people that are getting money for their families. So I would say with that positive change, we get to see impact on their families as well. We've actually, over the last few years, we now house our foreign workers on site. We found that before we were doing that, we were taking workers and housing them in Cache Creek. However, now we get to regulate their housing and their home life while they're here at the farm. So clean, organized, healthy environment for everybody to be in, which is really important for us. It helps with the well-being of our workers. Well, I would say inclusivity is really important to us. I would never ask anybody to do a job that I wouldn't want to do myself. So I think it's a fair playing field for everybody across the board, and we discussed that in our orientations. This year actually we'll be implementing a health and safety board for the first time. We are getting kind of to the size now where I think that we need to grow a little bit on that side of things, but definitely checking in with workers. We have a workplace bully and harassment policy that helps with that. Keeping an open door for people to report anything if they're not feeling welcomed or if they're feeling bullied in any sense. So having policies in place would be the biggest. Being that we're a small family-owned farm and business, I think working so closely with our foreign workers, some of them have been with us for 8+ years. They've become like family. I've raised my children here, and I think that when you can work with people that are away from their families to be with your family, I think there is something really special about that. They're positive. I think the people that we onboard to Horstings Farm, we look for that positive, like-minded attitude, hardworking, get the job done, but at the same time, compassion, trust, communication. The ones that really stick with us, we've built relationships with them. So there is definitely that would be how foreign workers enrich our lives, because they really do work alongside us. And we wouldn't be here doing this without them. We have fun. So everybody has to work, everybody has to earn money, but I think when you can have fun and at the same time be vulnerable with workers and an actual human being, I think that you can really gain trust and build a stronger bond between worker, employer, and employee. I think our people are really open to, if there are issues or anything like that. Once they get to realize what we're doing here, they're not going to get reprimanded for, go home if they're doing a light mishap. It's about building trust through being able to communicate, good or bad. Yeah, the biggest thing is everybody is able to come to myself or like I said before, we will be implementing a health and safety board if they feel that they can't talk to me, but I like to be very involved in everybody's, at least the people up, well, most of everybody. If there's something going on, then I like to be involved. I feel that if you were going to be thinking about onboarding foreign workers, by all means, do it. I would suggest, if there's opportunity to interview, to find people that that you can share similar values with. I think that would be a recommendation. But you know, hiring foreign workers not only gives your business opportunity for growth, but it gives them their families opportunity for growth. And I think that in the bigger picture, I think it's a win-win situation. So working with the Migrant Services program for our farm has been so beneficial. We, in developing our programs, the Foreign Workers Services, David Cazares in particular, has been a great resource for communication with our workers, an advocate for the well-being of our workers, to be able to help people that are so far away from their homes adjust and settle into a brand new place, or even sometimes just to have resources to get away from the farm, anything like that. This service is so important to small business. I think for anybody coming in from outside of Canada, any support is a good thing. So I do believe that the Migrant Services is a great resource for our workers. I don't think that we would be where we are on our farm and the success of our farm without our foreign workers. You know, for me, when I do my interviews, I'm not formally interviewing, I'm just talking with people. I just want to get to talking with them, and I feel like I want to hear the story behind the person. And the ones that really stick with us have great stories, and they're just here for, you know, for their families, and being a family farm, we value that. We're super passionate about that. So yeah, that's about it, if that's all right.
En Kamloops Immigrant Services ayudamos a los trabajadores migrantes en las regiones de Kamloops y el distrito de Thompson-Nicola a comprender sus derechos en el lugar de trabajo y acceder a otros servicios. También ayudamos a los empleadores a comprender sus responsabilidades al contratar trabajadores internacionales. Ofrecemos educación a través de talleres y orientaciones a los trabajadores migrantes para que conozcan sobre sus derechos y responsabilidades. Te conectamos con otros servicios, como asesoría en taxes, aplicación para tu tarjeta de salud, tu licencia de manejo, el número de seguridad social, entre muchos otros. Te conectamos con la comunidad. Fomentamos la inclusión y la bienvenida de los trabajadores migrantes a través de eventos sociales, culturales o deportivos. Apoyamos a los empleadores, asistiéndolos con servicios de interpretación, talleres en el lugar de trabajo y mucho más. Kamloops Immigrant Services. Juntos somos mejores.